As a family, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys having a great and exceptional day. Another beautiful day to be alive, as I say. It's been a minute since I've done a video like this, so this might be the first one of these videos I've actually done in 2025, to be honest with you. You know, time flies when you're having fun, family. But yeah, it's been a while since I've had the pleasure of highlighting Black-owned businesses, because no matter who was in the White House, Governor's House, and Mayor's House, I've been saying this since the beginning, since I started the channel, and I'll say it to the day I die. If Black-owned businesses and access to capital and investments and financial literacy is not on the agenda, then you do not have our attention in today and tomorrow's economy. So I don't care if Howdy Doody or Curious George is in the White House. If I'm not hearing about access to capital, economics, and financial literacy and investments, you do not have my attention. Known as Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina is home to entrepreneurs and creators who are passionately celebrating and preserving Black culture while driving a new era of innovation. And that is what I call a great thing, and also what is the Black agenda of today and tomorrow's economy in the United States of America, because it's such a great country to live in. But if you're not getting access to capital and talking business and investments, then we're not talking about anything. So now let's get into the business that are thriving in the businesses that are actually thriving in the city. According to the article that I read the other day, Charlotte, North Carolina has a Black-owned unofficial meeting spot for locals and cultural-centric travelers. Archive CLT is a coffee and culture shop that serves every cup with a side of nostalgia. Every inch of the space showcases a beautiful thing like vintage magazines, VHS tapes, and even Black dolls, turning the coffee shop into a safe haven for Black culture. Before I go forward, I still, and this is showing my age, I'm 42 years old, I still have VHS tapes that are collecting dust, cassette tapes and CDs that are collecting dust. But a lot of times it's cool to keep this stuff because it just reminds you of, it was when times were a little bit more simpler, when we weren't fully engaged in the digital age like we are right now. And if you don't know where you came from, you never know where you're going. So I'll leave it at that. All right. So up next, Gregory Collier, chef and co-founder of Bay Haven Restaurant Group in Charlotte, North Carolina. He highlights Lee and Louise in Uptown York. Both restaurants highlight the mastery of Black cuisine by utilizing traditional cooking methods and familiar ingredients to create delectable dishes. And one thing that I can say about good food in the South, especially like I said, like Charlotte, North Carolina, it's not only great and on the money, but when you eat it, it feels like you are at home. And see, I live in a DMV area, and it's hard to find restaurants like that because we have a lot of commercial restaurants and even the mom and pop restaurants that just don't have that oomph. As somebody once told me, you don't feel the love and the soul in the majority of the places you go to eat in the DMV area. And if you want that, you usually have to go to Washington, D.C., and nothing against D.C., but D.C. and New York City have one thing in common: the worst cities on the planet to drive in and find parking in. And when parking is not easy, I'm not really trying to go there. I'm definitely at that point in my life right now, but I digress. The article also stated that so often we Black folks pigeonhole our food into soul food unless the food is connected to another nation like Nigeria, Jamaican, etc. Mr. Collier said. He says, but I believe, and I quote, Mr. Collier said, Southern food with a seasonal conscience and a bit of technique is ever flowing. I love that. We want to center Blackness and our experience in the food versus Eurocentric idea of culinary, just like every other culture does. So nothing wrong with that. Collier and his wife, Sabrina, may be from Memphis, Tennessee, but even they couldn't ignore Charlotte's wealth of opportunities for innovation, creators, and entrepreneurs. Now, the next venture, his name is, damn it, Wesley. I'm not cussing. His name is Dammit, Wesley. Is a bold, outspoken artist, curator, designer, and DJ who now calls Charlotte, North Carolina home after relocating from South Carolina. He's also responsible for the Do-Rag Festival and a local art gallery and community called Black Market Charlotte. The Do-Rag Festival attracts thousands of people to Charlotte, North Carolina for a party entrenched in Black expressions, which is a beautiful thing. One thing I love about the South and the West Coast, man, people really know how to have a good time compared to where I live at. But anyways, Do-Rag Fest is the Met Gala of Do-Rags, Wesley shared. He says a Black fever dream where you can be unapologetically yourself. So imagine The Wiz, but it's the Renaissance concert and also the ATL movie at the same time. great movies, grew up watching both of them. And that sounds like my kind of party family. That's why I said I have more of a fun time if I'm in Atlanta, if I'm in Houston, Texas, if I'm in Los Angeles, if I'm in Vegas, and even Phoenix. The energy is totally different, much more laid back, fits my personality, and I leave it at that. He stated, and I quote, "Our community is responsible for turning it into a full-fledged festival with their energy." Wesley shared, "Here we are 7 years later, still having a ball every Juneteenth at Camp North End. Most Juneteenth festivals in the Carolinas highlight our Western African / Gullah Geechee origins rather than the current culture of blackness and beyond." Mr. Wesley explained, "Blackness isn't a monolith, just like any other culture isn't a monolith, and every type of blackness deserves to be seen, celebrated, and appreciated." Agreed to that. I agree on that one. And at the end of the day, Charlotte, North Carolina has and will continue to be a great historical, economic, and cultural city for Black Americans and all Americans all at the same time. So I think this is a great article, and I wanted to share this with you all. I'll be sharing more articles with you guys in the future. Don't forget to check out Larry's Anything Goes online store. I'll be adding more products to it tomorrow. Get your Make Money Moves apparel and go from there. Support a local online entrepreneur. It's greatly appreciated. Remember, you can't get fired if you own a company. It's 2025. It's time for you to own something. Do the great thiefy things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. As I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live like a fool, as they say in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life.